Emmy-nominated American Morning, CNN, weekdays 6 Eastern.
The U.S. Marshals Service has admitted storing full body scan images of people entering the federal courthouse in Orlando, Florida. The federal agency hasn't stored just a few. They've got more than 35,000 images on record.
And it's no surprise that this is now raising new questions about these scanners, the ones being used at airport security checkpoints as well. Homeland Security correspondent Jean Meserve joins us now in Washington. First of all, just tell us how was this discovery made?
Through a Freedom of Information Act request from a privacy group. We have some samples of the images saved by the Marshals millimeter wave machine in Orlando. They aren't particularly revealing, but what is so disturbing to privacy advocates is that they were saved at all after so many assurances from government officials that the machines would not do that. Here's Homeland Security Secretary Janet Napolitano in March.
The machines are not set to store images. They're not set to transmit images. And they are objectively better at detecting liquids, powders, gels, other things that somebody may try to smuggle on a plane to blow up the plane. We have really been working on the privacy side to make sure those concerns have been mitigated from the original iterations of the technology. A lot of the reports that are out, such as the one you referred to, are really talking about, older iterations of the technology.
Sure, but
we want to deal with those as we go through the implementation.
Sure, but can you guarantee, Madam Secretary, again, that we will never, ever hear a story of somebody inappropriately storing or transmitting these images?
Look, I'm going to tell you, we are not retaining, we are not keeping. They're not designed for that at all.
Right, but that doesn't sound like an unequivocal no.
Now, the saved images we're talking about today were from a U.S. Marshals machine at a courthouse, not a Transportation Security Administration machine at an airport checkpoint. The TSA is reiterating today that although its machines can store images when they're being tested, quote, all functionality to store, export, or print images is disabled before these machines are delivered to airport checkpoints. But the privacy group who obtained the Marshals images, the Electronic Privacy Information Center, says it bolsters its case for barring use of the machines at airports. John Kieran, back to you.
Simply because they don't trust that indeed will be the case. And the Secretary went on to say in that interview, can I say that mistakes won't be made? No. So how many of these machines are out there? How many potential mistakes are there?
Well, the Marshals say they've tested the machines in Orlando and in Washington, D.C., and in fact, the machine in Washington has been returned to the vendor. The TSA, though, has about 160 of the machines deployed at 43 airports. They plan to have 500 of them out there by the end of this year and 1,000 by the end of 2011. TSA says they improve security, and that's why they are deploying them so widely.